Amber Ritual 1951.3 License Agreement. This ritual is a property of Amber Temple M.C. Non-members of Amber Temple are to abide by this license agreement in order to use, spread, or modify the ritual with following terms. You can only use this ritual to target God-level entity of evil alignment. It is not permitted to target a creature of lower than 20 challenge rating, despite the creature fulfilling all conditions to be recognized as a god. Creature is considered of evil alignment if it either caused mass death of at least 1,000 sentient creatures for selfish or incomprehensible reasons, or is classified as lawful evil, neutral evil, chaotic evil, or true evil by Detect Alignment 3.2. See Alignment 2.4 or No Alignment 4.1 spells. You can only spread this ritual with the full and original wording of this license agreement. You may modify the ritual as you see fit, but any modification of the ritual is considered equal to the original for the purpose of enforcing this license agreement. These terms are secured by Occult Regulation Control 2.6 agreement, and failure to abide by these terms is followed by the integrated automatic activation of Soul Destruction Curse 131.1, as permitted in SS53 of the Orc 2.6. Limited warranty. You cast this ritual on your full responsibility for any consequences it may bring. Please note that the outcome in the case of failure is, in the best case, bound to cause the death of whole caster team, and that the worst case cannot be mathematically determined. Hatch 1951.3 notes. Remove the glitch which has caused random guardian to jerk his or her leg 5 inches to the left on turn 3, suffering possible concentration loss in the process. Removed the second conductor on turn 4, which was unnecessary due to self-concentration update. Decreased concentration difficulty on turn 2 by 5% due to improved generic mantra. Increased magic insulation ability of final product by 3% due to better inscription structure. In case of Amber Sarcophagus, decreasing the target's power projection outside the sarcophagus by 10 to 15%. And directly decreasing its mental capacity by 4%. Introduction. Amber Ritual is a ritual allowing a team of casters to imprison any character, including god-level entities, in pre-inscribed item. It may be considered an equivalent of 10th or 11th tier spell due to its power and potency, but in terms of difficulty, it only requires team of casters with ability to cast as little as 7th tier arcane spells. The ritual was highly optimized for several centuries to allow for multiple points of failure, minimize ritual difficulty, and maximize containment safety. The ritual completely ignores target's power, resistances, and abilities, including legendary resistances. Once the ritual is complete, the target is imprisoned with no way out. Preconditions. Team. At least one caster able to cast 7th tier arcane spells, speak, chant, and read common, and at least one free limb usable for semantic components. At least one caster with high concentration ability, possibly warcaster or battle mage. Anyone and anything able to protect the rest of the team during the process. Material. Pre-inscribed item that the target will be imprisoned in. Using block shape is recommended for better stability and insulation properties. Please also note that the target will be only imprisoned for about half-life of the material used. Amber with half-life of several hundreds of millions is therefore recommended. There will surely be someone who will be able to take care of the target in a better way at that time. For more information, please refer to the Amber Sarcophagus 1.5 plus documentation. The target and the way it can be invoked, that is, a relic using target's power, or chosen one with target's power, or true name of the target, or target already trapped in a magic circle. Magic circle 7.1 or newer, using at least 5th tier spell slot. Process turn by turn. Roles. In the ritual process, we will refer to several roles, meaning a job necessary to be performed in every turn. It does not have to be performed by the same person in every turn, with exceptions noted. Some of the roles are purely situational. Following are the possible roles. Invocator, the caster leading the ritual and chanting the words of power. Should he fail in the invocation, he needs to repeat it properly in the next turn. Conductor, any caster concentrating ritual, holding it active and filling it with power. Should all conductors simultaneously lose concentration, the ritual is broken, all involved suffer backlash, and the target can continue unopposed. During whole ritual, conductors can be at most 60 feet away from the invocator. Guardians, people protecting invocators and conductors. Distractor, person who tries to distract the target. The best way to do so is to do something against the target's domain, directly challenging his divinity. Nullifier, person who nullifies target's attempts to tamper with the ritual. Thief, person who steals part of the target's essence in order to complete the ritual in case the team has no independent access to target's essence. True namer, person specialized in usage of true names and its magic. If you know the true name of the target and do not need it to summon the target, you get several benefits from using target's true name. The true namer needs to be close enough to be heard by the target. Betrayer, the target's chosen which has changed sides. He can be of a great help. Godslayer, the desperate who tries to slay the target when everything else fails. Preparation, get whole team prepared and in the best state possible. If you got a relic or a chosen one of the target, harvest target's essence from them. This greatly simplifies the procedure of the ritual. For essence harvesting, please use and get add-on cantrip. Create the magic circle with target inside. Unless you can trap the target in the circle directly, use the Summoning God++ plugin version 5.1 or newer. The usage of this plugin could require 5th to 7th spell slot depending on the target CR, so be prepared. Turn 1. Invocator needs to use an action and at least 7th tier spell slot to start the ritual. Chanting generic mantra, Lorem Ipsum Dollar Sit Amit, Consectetor Adipicis I Elite, supported by the gesture of Snake's Finger. The invocator cannot focus on anything aside of the ritual in this turn and cannot move. The invocator can be at most 20 feet from the target. At least one conductor needs to use action or a bonus action to conduct power of the ritual with concentration of difficulty class 15. In case the conductor and invocator are the same person, the difficulty is 19. Conductors can otherwise move and act as necessary, but please note that they hold concentration of the ritual. The target was just summoned, is weakened, and in the best case is also confused, and thus will not act in this turn. Otherwise it will use his turn to break free from the circle. Guardians should get ready. Distractors should analyze state of the target and either wait or use the distraction already. True Namer can, as an action, use the true name to stun the target while it is in magic circle, or wait if it's confused. If the ritual fails in this turn, you only need to repeat this turn. Turn 2. Invocator needs to use bonus action and continue the chant. Sed Iasmod Temper Incident ad Labor et Dolor Magna Aliqua. He can move, but only as if moving through difficult terrain. His only purpose is to perform chant correctly and, in this turn, can bite any caster. He can be at most 100 feet from the target. At least one conductor needs to hold concentration and conduct actively power with difficulty of 14. This is the last time Distractor can use the distraction. If so, the target will either try to kill Distractor, or at least use his turn to end the distraction. Multiple or repeated distractions often fail, but the first one is almost assured. True Namer can stun the target if it is still in the magic circle. Otherwise, it can afflict the target with one of these effects in this turn. Decrease damage from the target by 30%. Increase the chance that the target is unable to resist spells and skills by 10%. Decrease the target's spell penetration by 20%. Negate one target's immunity to mere resistance. Decrease target's speed by 20 feet per turn. Deal 1d100 force damage to the target. Effects of true naming are doubled if this is the first time the true name is issued in the battle. Guardians in this turn should be already engaging the target. Their main purpose in this turn is to let Invocator finish the invocation, and let conductors be unimpeded. Betrayer can deny his patron in this turn, which can serve as a distraction or cause confusion. Effect varies. If true name was used in this turn, its effect is doubled. The betrayer may or may not survive this action. Should he survive, he gains at least 2 levels of exhaustion. Nullifier can either use Dispel to negate the target's spellcasting, or functions like another conductor whose concentration has to be broken first before the ritual is affected, in case of direct manipulation with ritual energies. If the target has left the circle, check if he did not leave his essence in the process. Otherwise, if you do not have the essence already, Thief have to attack the target to harvest it. Attack of less than 50 points cannot be used to harvest the essence. If the ritual fails in this turn, all conductors gain 1 level of exhaustion and loses half of their spell slots. The ritual has to be repeated from the first turn. Turn 3. Invocator needs to use his action and at least 5th level spell slot to continue incantation with chant. Ad enim admin venium, quis nostrat exercitation, during which the invocator needs to touch the harvested target's essence. Once he succeeds, each member of the team gains one of the following benefits against the target, which invocator chooses and lasts for 10 turns. Damage reduction by 10. 1 use of legendary resistance. Each turn, you can choose 1 roll and add 1d4 to it. Your damage is doubled. Conductor needs to, as an action, add the target's essence to the ritual, a feat of arcane with difficulty 17, which, however, does not cause failure of the ritual and can be repeated in the same turn by a different conductor. Conductor needs to touch the essence during the process. Essence is not lost on failure. At this point, the target is almost assured to escape the circle and wreak a great havoc. Guardians may try to fight him, and if unsophisticated and uninformed, he may target them, not expecting the ritual to be of any danger to him. You may also try further distractions, but these are increasingly less likely to work. This part of the ritual is the most dangerous. If the ritual fails, Invocator dies and conductors lose all their spell slots, gaining 2 levels of exhaustion in the process. In that case, God-slaying is the only salvation. Turn 4. Invocator in this turn needs to complete the ritual synchronously with the best conductor. They have to ready their actions and complete the last part at the exact same time. Invocator needs to chant Alamco Laboris Nisi, ad aliquid exe commodi consequat. Both Invocator and Conductor hold concentration in this turn. In Conductor case, it is as usual. In Invocator's case, the failure only forces the team to repeat this turn. The Invocator in this turn needs to be the same person as in the first turn. Conductor needs to touch the prepared item in which the target should be sealed. He also needs to use a bonus action to conduct power of the ritual with concentration of difficulty class 15. Once both he and Invocator are ready, they need to combine their skills to achieve combined feat of arcane with difficulty of 30. Success immediately completes the ritual. Failure forces the team to repeat this turn. If all conductors fail concentration in this turn, the ritual is cancelled. The last conductor suffers 2 levels of exhaustion. But there are no other consequences, and the effect from third turn continues as uninterrupted, making emergency god slaying highly viable. Turn 5+. Failing to advance ritual in some turn is not fatal, though it gets increasingly more deadly. Please take note that when summoned and trapped in Magic Circle, the target starts confused and weakened. With luck and proper preparation, you can get target confused for first turn, stunned by true naming in second turn, breaking Magic Circle in third turn, and distracted in fourth turn. In fifth turn, someone in your team is likely to die. Also, please note that you are on time limit. After 10 turns, the target is no longer weakened, regaining immunities and powers from their divinity. They can still be sealed, but difficulty of all arcane checks is increased by 10. Afterward, the seal protects the item from any damage, making it unaffected by fire, acid, magic, force, or any other type of damage. It can only be affected by time and partially space. The seal also suppresses both the power of target and his mental capability, forcing him into states similar to deep slumber. The target can still project his power outside the item, but largely weakened and in very confused manner. The target can be easily unsealed by the Invocator who created the seal by reversing the last part of the ritual. This have been tested on 100,000 cockroaches and 1 cat. No cat was wounded in the process. The seal is almost unbreakable otherwise. The force needed to break it equals to spell of hypothetical tier 12, making it unviable to even low to mid deities. The only notable exception is if essence of the sealed target is applied from both inside and outside in sufficient force. That is why you should make sure to destroy all relics of the target. The seal also needs to be continuously protected as to assure that it won't be broken by unexpectedly powerful chosen one of the target. Discussion. Merlin, guys, we should remove that cockroach joke. At this point, no one will find it funny. Also, we should try more different animals to better assure the safety. This is primarily on Martinkov. She has a way with animals.
Martinkov, no, you won't touch my pet raven.
Reducted, I do have to remind you that we have, again, made a mistake in versioning system. A 10% upgrade should be equal to at least a hotfix, if not whole minor stable version. I see incrementing the build as unviable in this case.
Dad, I'm the architect and I say no. The 10% upgrade is only relative to this minor version, as the minor version introduced several new bugs. We have already solved a lot of them and we only increment the hotfix after whole iteration. Like hack, this minor version already got over 50 hotfixes. I'm not adding more just because.
Luna, shouldn't we have increased major version instead of minor version the last time, if that is the case?
Dad, that is the whole problem. We have already messed up the versioning system. But if we increase the major build now, it will all get completely inconsistent. I would rather start the project all over with new name after this series of bug fixes, but I do not see how we will ever get to do another full testing, especially after the last debacle. We need to get both true name and willing chosen, otherwise we won't be able to do it safely with how are we right now.
Merlin, I still think we should remove that cockroach joke.
Reducted. Gentlemen, I presume you two are aware that the recording is still on.
Dad, fuck.